A playful pause is what we're talking about today. So let it be all right. Let it be all right to be who you are. Everybody good with that? Let it be all right, because it's time for each one of us to take a playful pause. Are we ready to do that? Summertime. It's a good thing. I love what he said, where are you coming from? We need to stop and ask ourselves, where am I coming from? And we each need to decide and make it up for ourselves. Where are we coming from? Where are we centered in? And what do we put out? What do we receive? Today I'm inviting each one of us to open the door to take a playful pause, knowing we each lack nothing. Now let's think about that for a moment. We each lack nothing. Everything that we need already exists within each and every one of us. Yes? Yes. We are each overflowing, filled up with an inner wisdom, filled with a powerful, all-loving presence, and in this essence, we lack nothing. So I'm going to invite us, if there's something that's coming up in us today that believes we lack something or we haven't gotten from, I lack nothing. Everything that I am, all that I do, is absolutely perfect, overflowing with greater good. Yes? Yes. Good. See, freedom is the birthright of every individual. Freedom, our personal freedom. We are each free to choose and free to create our own experience in life. And in truth, we make it up. So let's take a playful, prayerful pause from fear and worry, from limitation or less than-ness. How we respond to life and life's events will and does determine our freedom. I don't know about you, but lately all of the circumstances and situations that have been around us lately is determining how we live, how we are. The question is, to each one of us, is my response filled with love? Let's take a moment as we respond to each other or respond to life around us. Are we filled with self-acceptance? Are you open to greater possibilities? Everybody breathe into that. On Wednesday this past week, I don't know about you, but on Wednesday this past week, I was leaving Penn Run at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And all of a sudden, I looked ahead of me, and there was a plume of smoke. It was a mushroom-shaped plume of smoke. As I got closer to our home in Lake of the Pines, I became aware of the huge fire that was taking place near us. Anybody see that? Of course, yes. Grateful that Rick and I had time. We weren't being evacuated at that moment in that time, that we had time to get ready and prepare to evacuate. And one of the things that we did was pack our suitcases so that we had everything ready. And we went around and we put the suitcases together and our important papers and packs, our cars are packed. Because at this time of the year, we need to be prepared. And we hadn't been. So I was grateful that we had that opportunity. And then the next day, I went around our house, our home, and I blessed everything. I blessed all the appliances. I blessed everything that supports us, that serves us dutifully every day. And the beauty of the treasures that over the years we have collected that also bless each and every one of us. The joy and the comfort of our chairs and our beds, our appliances. I bless everything that gives us support during our day. And in doing that, I felt lifted up. I felt lifted up and blessed in my life, and blessed how my life truly is. And I'm going to invite each one of us to do that. Because we've had a lot of friends and people we know who have lost everything. And it can happen instantly. But thank God they're all alive and they're safe. And I realized that as I blessed all that I have and all that Rick and I have together, that everything can be replaced except ourselves and our precious Bodhi. So now we're taking Bodhi everywhere. If you've noticed, he's here now, thinking that he needs to hear this talk as well as we do. So I invite us to not just be with everyone else, but to be with what supports us day in and day out. And so then I thought about it. I'm going to invite you all to do this. Because we take a playful pause in our life experience and realize what does support us physically and spiritually. And then I said, if I lost everything, what would be most important to me? And immediately came my books. Not all of them, as you well know, I have many. But the books that all my writing is in, and my post-its. The ones that feed me, nurture me. What will you take? What's valuable to you that is one of your possessions? How will you be with you and your life around you? See, everything is replaceable. However, the more I blessed and the more I think the things, my heart filled up with joy and gratitude, that for as long as I have this, I will be grateful. Gratitude for everything that supports us every day, giving us comfort, giving us freedom, joy, and inspiration. I hadn't really thought about that. Have you? I realize gratitude and thankfulness lifts me up beyond any fear or doubt that I might have had. I realized as I went around and thanked everything that I would be okay, that I was ready to be okay. A playful, prayerful pause helps us to be lifted up into possibilities, helps us to be lifted up into gratitude, and it allows hope to fill our hearts. No matter what's going on in our life, it is so important to treat ourselves gently as we learn to grow through life's events. Because I believe everything is here to serve us, to support us, practicing loving kindness for ourselves and those around us first. The experiences we are each living is a sum total of the thoughts we have. So when we are experiencing fear or doubt or concern or worry, then that's what our life will show us. If we want harmony in our lives, we must have harmonious thinking. The stronger the emotions we put into our thinking, the more life we give our thoughts. I really got that in this last week. See, blessings, gratitude, and love lifts us up. Fear and worry and doubt weighs us down. That's a heavy load. I don't think we have a big enough suitcase to pack that in, do we? Love is actually the energy of spirit. And I believe the more we love our life right now, the greater the expression that's taking place. Just as it is. Because when we open to that love, to that, we attract more blessings and more gratefulness for everything that already exists in our life right now, no matter what happens tomorrow. Because we realize the value. You know, I like studying Michelangelo, because Michelangelo had that, he was a visionary. He was not only an incredible artist, but he was a visionary, and he kept chipping away at the marble block to free his David. I did not realize, because I've never seen the statue of David, but it's like 6 stories tall. It's huge. And he kept chipping away at this huge block of marble. And Michelangelo knew that there was beauty in this marble, in this block of marble, waiting for his discovery. He could see it. His work was in releasing the figure of David, imprisoned within the marble block. If you want to see how immaculate that statue is, go into YouTube. I love YouTube. See, the same is true of each and every one of us. Releasing, chipping away at our false beliefs. Our false beliefs about ourselves to reveal the beauty of our own divine nature. Our true nature hidden away. Hidden away in our old fears and our old beliefs that no longer serve us. So I'm going to invite us today to gift ourselves by taking a playful pause, by consciously connecting to our loving spirit. That loving spirit that lives within each and every one of us, and chiseling away old hurts, chiseling away old pain. What will you today chisel away? What are you holding that no longer serves you? Is it the pain of the past? Releasing and freeing our grateful, loving self, I believe, is our duty to our own self and to the world around us, as we raise and praise our divine nature. So I'm going to invite each one of us to let us challenge our expectations and demands of life as we bring love into every event. And yeah, if you're struggling with something, I'm going to invite you to just go around and bless your bed, sit in your chairs that have supported you for how long? That sofa is getting a little worn, but you know what? It's supported us for years. When was the last time you blessed your appliances? When we make a conscious choice to bring love into our everyday events, we can and will experience our own personal freedom. This is what I found this week. I knew that if we got evacuated, that I'd be okay, and that Rick was okay, because we had gathered everything that we needed to, that would support us. Life happens. However, when we commit to live from love, we activate all the power of spirit available to each and every one of us. In every moment and in every event, it begins with how we are talking to ourselves. What am I saying about who I am? Am I focusing on possibilities? Or am to fill my heart. I have one more story as I finish this with you. It's a story of a small village. And the village knew that this man of wisdom was coming to town. And so they were all busy buzzing and talking to each other. And he was going to be available for them to ask questions. So, as he approached, they were all putting their questions together because they wanted the answers to life. And so the wisdom man came to the big meeting, and he went around and said hello to everybody. And then as he walked around the group, he started to hum a song. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. And first he started to hum it, and then he started to sing. And the people in the room started humming, and then they started singing, I am as God created me. And then the wisdom man, he started to dance, and he moved slowly. And then he really started to dance. And everybody in the room started dancing, and they were singing and they were dancing. And then the man of wisdom went up to everybody and said, did you get your question answered? Did you get your questions answered? And they all said yes. Because they were lifted up in the energy of the room, in the energy of love that they felt. The only reason we ask questions is because we haven't felt the love. We haven't felt the embrace of our own divine nature. So I'm going to invite you to go sing to your refrigerator and dance in your kitchen. And if it seems really funny, then turn on YouTube and just boogie around to it. Not only does it feel good, but it lifts your soul. And it takes you from worry and fear and doubt. Okay? Good. So let's take that into prayer. And so we just breathe into this sacred and holy place that we have created here together. As we see ourselves and each other dancing and singing to the divine, to the beloved, to the very essence of our soul. We give thanks to everything in life that supports us, that reveals to each and every one of us that we are the beloved place where God shows up. This is what I know to be true. I know this within myself, and I definitely know that within each and every one of you here today, and those of you on Facebook. I know and accept that there is a greater sense of love and light and glory that is available at the very center heart of your being, and this day we focus on it, we allow it, we welcome it, we open the door to receive our greater good. And where there's a need for a healing, I call forth that miracle-working power of God to renew and refresh each and every one of us in a greater way, to help us to raise and praise our own divine, magnificent self, just as we are and just as we are not. And we recognize that with God, all things are possible. And so we relax in this truth as we dance and sing in the greater essence of our own soul, our own divine delight. And we give thanks in advance for all of the good and all of the love that is already present within our lives and yet coming to us. We give thanks for all of the inanimate objects that support us and have supported us for a very long time. And we give thanks for each other. And we recognize that there is a greater truth as we are lifted up beyond the conditions and situations. We bless all of the people in the fire areas that have been evacuated. We bless them. We bless the fire workers. We bless the the pilots. Thank you, God, that there's such support for all of us and for the beauty of our country. So I give thanks in advance for this, and I just release this, my powerful word, into the ever-living, loving law of God that always returns to us, multiplied, magnified, spilling over, We are full of it. And we rest assured in that. And we just let God do God's work. And if you're in agreement, please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.